Hi, I'm JK. This is my interpretation of Valmeeki's Ramayan in English, aimed at children aged 11 years plus. I hope you enjoyed part 1 of my book, titled A Son, a Prince, a Husband, a King, Ramayan and Interpretation. This is part 2. Thanks. Chapter 1, Balkand. Part 2, 4 Princes for Ayodhya. In Kasala reigned a king called Dashrath, from the city of Ayodhya, married to 3 beautiful queens, Kushalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra. The city, plentiful in food and wealth, still and happy remained the king. Ayodhya had no prince or princesses, no heirs of whom they could sing. So Dashrath sought help from a rishi and performed many prayers, presented with holy prasad. Between the 3 queens it was shared. Half was given to Kushalya and half to his favourite Kaikeyi, who both in turn gave half to Sumitra, so all would be mothers one day. In time the queens gave birth to sons, 4 beautiful divine heirs. King Dashrath's joy knew no bounds. All Kosala his happiness shared. Ram was born to Kushalya, Bharat born to Kaikeyi, Lakshman and Shatrughan to Sumitra on that same joyous day. The babies blossomed into boys, loved dearly by father and mothers, possessing such fine qualities, adored were all the brothers. Thoughtful, considerate, kind and brave, no envy or greed did they know, cherished by all who knew them, as they watched them grow. All our sons are dear, but Ram owns my heart, said Kaikeyi. He is ever alert, ready to help in every way. It will surely break my heart when the time comes for them to leave. Each moment with them is precious, once gone, never again to be seen. Bharat is no less than Ram. Indeed, I feel he is much more, replied Mantra, Kaikeyi's maid. He is the one I adore. My vision is Bharat on the throne, with his brothers by his side. It is your Bharat, not Ram, that should be the apple of your eye. The infant years all too quickly passed. Came the time for education. The boys left home to follow their guru and obtain instruction. With other nobles they were taught at the ashram of Rishi Vashishta to live and learn the ancient teachings of how to become great leaders. To pray, to think, to understand, to control weakness and desire, to be courageous, to be tenacious, for truth and justice always aspire, to be humble, to listen carefully, find solution when others see none, to work and play together, respect and care for everyone. The days turned into months, the months grew into years. The brothers studied hard, to their teachers becoming dear. Amongst the lessons taught, they learnt of warfare and weaponry. In both subjects excelled Ram and Lakshman, especially in archery. Then to the ashram came one night, menacing Asuras sent by Raavan. To attack all places of learning and worship was their terrible mission. But as they started their merciless assault, Ram and Lakshman appeared and led their fellow students to attack, defeating the Asuras without fear. Only one Asura escaped. Maharisha quickly realized these children were divine. Against them none could survive. Vashishta recognized this too. With his students he was greatly pleased. Spread word of the prince's triumph, their great character and ability. It was not long before Rishi Vishwamitra learnt of the boy's escapade. Vishwamitra, a gifted warrior, now lived to meditate and pray. but relentlessly he was tormented. The Asuras never left him in peace, constantly interrupting his prayers, defiling his holy ceremonies. Hearing of the young prince's valour, Vishwamitra went to the king and asked for Ram and Lakshman to defeat the Asuras that troubled him. "Take my army and generals," said Dasharatha, fearing for his young sons. Vishwamitra replied to the king, "I only need Ram and Lakshman. Only they can defeat the Asuras and allow me to complete my prayers. Do not fear for the boys' safety. They are more powerful than you are aware. I will teach them all I know, for in the future great skill they will need. There are many who need their help. Allow them to come with me." So off went the three together, Vishwamitra, Lakshman and Ram, vanquishing terrible Asuras who had caused so much pain and harm. Amongst them was the monster Tataka. A forest she had laid waste. An oasis once full of life she had turned into a barren place. Ram killed this terrible ogress, following Vishwamitra's instruction, liberating a deity from a curse and curing the forest from its affliction. He then led them to a hermitage, a pitiful and desolate place, and stopped before a large stone. Then to the boys he explained. This was the home of the great sage Gautam and Ahilya his wife. In this peaceful glade they lived together, a simple and holy life. Gautam adored Ahilya, who was beautiful in manner and form. She devoted to her husband, true love to each other they had sworn. But Ahilya's beauty had not gone unnoticed. Lord Indra was overcome. Disguised as Gautam he appeared, and to his desire he succumbed. But Indra was caught out by Gautam, who cursed him in his rage. Impotent he would become. He returned to heaven in shame. Gautam was bitterly disappointed in Ahilya. How could she have been deceived? Into this stone he turned the love of his life. Deaf he remained to her pleas. Horrified, Ram and Lakshman asked, "How long has she remained here?" "For this moment," replied Vishwamitra. "She has waited for hundreds of years." "Ram, Gautam told Ahilya, one day you would come, and by the touch of your foot his curse would be undone." Ram bowed before the stone, then gently touched it with his foot. Magically it transformed. There now a woman stood. Behind folded hands she raised her head to look upon Ram's face. Tears of gratitude from her eyes her emotions clearly explained. As Ahilya came back to life, her beloved husband Gautam arrived to forgive and ask for forgiveness, to become again man and wife.